Hello, guys, and welcome back. It's so good to have you here with me today. And today I am going to be doing a short and sweet episode talking about the importance of a pre launch in your jewelry business. I can't tell you how many business owners we talk to every single week who are not doing any form of pre launch strategy before launching a new design, a new collection, their website, new packaging, anything. And I can't tell you what a difference this is going to make to your sales and to your engagement. Now, if we just start at the very, very beginning of like why we even need to do this, a lot of jewelry designers, when they have something new that they're excited about, a new collection, a new jewelry design, like a new ring, for example, that they're launching, they assume talking about it a handful of times, 5, 10 times on social media, and then launching it is enough to drive connection, answer all your customers' questions, and actually drive sales. And that could not be further from the truth. The only person who can pull this off is Taylor Swift. So only big brands or big companies with an established hot or warm audience who are people that really love their products already, who already know all about their brand, who are super fans essentially, and who are going out there and talking about the brand, are going to be the ones who buy when you share basically nothing. And so it's very unrealistic to expect that you would be having a lot of engagement and having a lot of sales just from a couple of posts talking about a new piece that's coming out. It's really important to have that strategy. And here's what happens when you don't do that. So you talk about it, maybe you even do 10 posts or 15 posts, whatever it is, and you launch and you don't get quite the result that you were anticipating. You don't get the engagement you were anticipating. You don't get the sales you're anticipating. And it's so easy then to think, oh, what did I do wrong here? Oh, nobody likes my designs. Oh, my jewelry business is like going, being run into the ground. Oh, like I knew I didn't stand a chance and I was like silly for trying. And oh, this is proof that what I'm trying to do isn't actually going to work. And rarely, all it is it's just a sign, it's just information. When you do a launch and you don't get the anticipated result, that's just giving you information that you can then use to get better results down the line. And so when it comes to your pre launch, you have to understand number one, people are busy. Your customer base, your community are busy people. They are human beings living a very human life, going through ups and downs in life, dealing with family and hospital, dealing with children and schools and work and household chores and things breaking. And, if you just look at your own life, think about how busy your life is. Like, I just look at my life, and my life is pretty much as simple as it could possibly be at this stage. And it's busy. Like, it is very, very busy. I have so much going on all the time. And your customer and your community base are the same. And so just remembering that, yeah, you may be posting consistently. Yeah, you may be talking about pieces, but you're probably only just not even skimming the surface of getting their attention because they have so many other things that are getting their attention. And on top of that, they're scrolling TikTok, they're scrolling social media, they're following hundreds of different accounts. And on a daily basis, they're consuming a ton of content. And so, yeah, you may be posting, yeah, you may be sending emails, but if you don't have a real strategy behind that content in terms of the quantity, the quality, the purpose, because hey, not all your content has the same purpose, even before a launch. It's really going to be hard for them to remember you. It's going to be hard for them to connect to those pieces that you're launching. It's hard for them to get excited about it. And so essentially what you really want to prioritize doing is making sure you have a pre-launch strategy every time you launch, whether you're brand new or established. If you're brand new, make sure you have an in-depth pre-launch strategy. This is where a lot of new designers go so wrong. Is I can't tell you how many people I've spoken to spend a year to 2 years creating their collection before doing one step of launching. And they get their whole website up and they invest in photography and everything looks so beautiful. and nobody knows about it. So that is really, really something I see a lot. We welcome a lot of people into the Jewelry Business Academy who've gone through that, and then they're ready to launch and they're like, okay, wait, not too sure how to actually get people to know about me, even though everything looks beautiful. And so that's where it's like, oh, we could have started launching. We could have started our launch strategy a year and a half ago. And we would have already had a huge customer base and people who know about you and people who are excited about you. And, I have a client, a really dear client of mine, who doesn't even have a piece of jewelry yet. She is still building her jewelry business from the ground up. And she doesn't have one physical piece of jewelry yet. There are designs in her mind, but we have started the launch strategy with her. We started before she was ready. And the reason is that nobody's going to buy from you if they don't know about you and if they don't feel connected to you. And so we've just been focusing on making sure that people know who she is, what she's doing. They feel connected to her. They resonate with what she's sharing, and she's drawing in people into her community that are excited about what she's doing. And you know what? She has people reaching out every week being like, "Oh my gosh, I really want to buy from you. Like when can I buy from you?" And she still doesn't have anything for them to buy. And I'd way rather have people in that situation than people who launch and they've heavily invested in a lot of inventory and a lot of products and photography and a website, and then they don't have an audience to sell to. So your pre-launch strategy, whether you're new, like that example I just gave you, or you're an established jewelry business who is launching, you need to have a clear strategy for launching new collections, launching new packaging even. That's a great opportunity to drive more sales, believe it or not. Launching a new website, whatever it is that you're doing, you need to build the know, like, trust factor. You have to build hype. You have to hit the customer, well, potential customers in your community who are feeling anxious, who are like, oh, I kind of like what's going on here, but I'm not really like all in yet. I'm not sure about this. Am I actually going to get it? Like, what's the shipping times? What's the material? Like, how legit is she? You also have to create content as part of your launch strategy that hits the buyers who don't feel confident within themselves. A huge part of marketing is building up their belief within themselves that they are worthy of treating themselves to pieces in your collection. And so when I walk my clients through this, we have two different launch strategies. One is our mini launch strategy, and it walks them through step by step. Here's what you need to implement in terms of social media and emails. And here's the psychology of like why we're doing this and how this is going to make your community feel. And, I had a conversation with one of my clients yesterday, actually, who did use our mini framework, which is lighter and easier to implement. And it's where I recommend all my clients start. And she only did the bare bones of that strategy, and she sold out her first collection 2 or 3 weeks ago. And that is massive. That is the power of letting people know about your pieces in the right way, that they feel excited about it, that they are ready and waiting to pull out their credit card and make a purchase. And we also have a much more in-depth launch strategy, which is just much more intense, but at the same time, much more effective. And so we graduate our clients up to that one essentially, because again, you don't want to feel overwhelmed with your launch strategy. And that's another thing that people will do by mistake is they're like, okay, well, if I want to go all in on my business, if I want everyone to know about this, I'm going to do absolutely everything. And when you do that right off the bat and you haven't built that resilience, you haven't built that confidence, you haven't got good at doing it effectively, and you try to do all this stuff all in one go, you're going to end up feeling overwhelmed. You're probably not going to implement it effectively, and you're probably just not going to see the results that you were anticipating. And so you want to build that up at a healthy pace. And for everybody, that's going to look different. But if you have taken one thing from this episode, I really want to encourage you to make sure you have a launch strategy. You need to have a launch strategy that covers social media and emails and making sure your community knows about what you're doing. They feel excited about it. They feel like they have these pieces on their wish list. They can't stop thinking about it. They screenshotting it and saving it to their camera roll. You guys know, if you're listening to this and you're ever shopping for something, you see something consistently on Instagram and you really want it, you're snapping a screenshot. I know you are. Or you're clicking the save button. You want your community doing that as well. And a really good question to ask yourself is, what if Robin, me, went to all your community and all your followers, and what if I reached out to every single one of them next week? Or even today, let's say today, if I reached out to every single one of them and I polled them and I said, hey, what's going on behind the scenes in this business right now? What's launching? What's coming? Which pieces are you excited about? Would they be able to answer any of those questions? Because if not, they need more warming up. They need more information. They need a longer lead time for a launch than other communities. And that's the other thing, is everybody's launch strategy timeline will be different. It will not ever be the same as another business. Your businesses are unique. Your communities are unique. You are unique. And there is going to be a differentiating factor in the timeline and what that looks like. And that's one of the things I work with my clients to like work out what's optimal for you and your business. And it's going to evolve and change over time as you get more warm, excited, super fan buyers into your community. It does shift. It does shift. Your timeline shift. But also the number of pieces in your collection will impact the lead time, because the more pieces we have, the more content we need, the more time we need, so that people don't feel confused and they feel very clear and very excited about what it is that they're looking for. And part of your pre-launch strategy should also be not overwhelming your customers so that they get decision fatigue and they feel just in love with too many things, because again, that's going to hinder your sales big time. But I'll save that for a whole other episode. But I wanted to keep this short and sweet, but just a really powerful reminder. Do not underestimate the impact having a solid launch strategy will have in your jewelry business. Whether you're launching one piece, a full collection, a brand new business, whatever it is, make sure you are taking the time to actually get people to know about those pieces, get them excited, get them connected. And then when you launch, you're actually not launching to crickets. You're launching to people waiting, reaching out, being like, okay, when is it coming out? I'm ready to buy all of this. And then you're driving sales from there, and you can keep building momentum from that point. And if you maybe did a recent launch and it didn't go so well, just a reminder, you can relaunch. Again, there is no limit to how many times you can relaunch. So if you just did a failed launch, not that it was failed, it probably just gave you the information that, hey, I didn't warm up my customer base enough. I didn't let them know enough. I didn't give them the information they need. I didn't help them feel excited. I didn't tell stories about these pieces. Then I would love to encourage you to go and relook at your strategy and actually relaunch and see how you do the second time round. And if you would like my help with your launch strategies and you would like to join our community of jewelry business owners from around the world, all doing the same thing as you, all building and scaling their jewelry business, come and join me in the Jewelry Business Academy. You're going to get my eyes on your business literally every single week. You're going to get all of our launch frameworks and everything within the academy, from building solid foundations in your business to scaling to six figures and beyond without burning out. And you will have the ability to literally ask me every single question on your mind as it comes up every single day if you want. And I will personally be answering all of your questions in as much depth as possible, and giving you the next steps on like, okay, I'm answering your question, but let's go implement and let's make sure that we actually see growth here. Let's make sure we actually see a difference. So yeah, if that feels exciting to you, if you are ready for support on your journey and you are ready to just be in a very different place 90 days from today, come join me in the Jewelry Business Academy. You can head to jewelrybusinessacademy.ca to learn more and book in a free call with one of our elite coaches. So you literally have nothing to lose. So go do that if that feels exciting to you. And I will see you guys next time.